Greetings from beyond the fabric of reality. I'm Scythe, bringing you another episode of Fate Extra. Back into the... No! Remote Joy! There we go. Okay, so we left off here. Yes, I was meaning to do that whole round 4 alternates thing during the actual round 4, but somehow it didn't end up like that. Anyway, it is now the 5th week.
避けようのない死、逃げようのない終わり。結末を前にしたとき、本質は現れる。祈りも救いも不要。戦いは今日ここで終わる。
The end is so close.
その狭間でどうか見せてほしい。かつてそうであったように、人間のすべてが絶望の中で光を見出せるのかを。
Fifth week, the 5th selection. They couldn't think of a more elaborate title. 8 combatants remain. It's now the morning. Again, somehow I was able to win. More accurately, I somehow managed to stay alive. That was the most powerful opponent I've faced up until now, and being asked who I was shook me up a little. However, with the support of my servant and Rin, I have come to realize that I can only go forward. Even if my only reason for doing so is that I fear death. I have a servant to fight for me and a beautiful, talented girl to help me. For now, I need to forget about my past and continue forward as a master. Time passes. It is now midday. The next combatants will be announced on the second floor bulletin board. The good old bulletin board, with all that too familiar white sheet of paper. This time, I don't even have to look at the name to know who my opponent is. The moment I walked in, I was assaulted by the murderous aura associated with the man. His cold, callous eyes radiate a predatory gaze. Blech. None of the other masters tried to intimidate me quite like this. My skin prickles like thousands of invisible needles have struck the nape of my neck and my chest. You're not flinching. You've improved. That's what makes Magi so special. They can make extreme progress in short a period of time. As the man walks towards me, the air grows more oppressive with each step until I can hardly breathe. But that ends now. He whispers in my ear as he passes, close enough to touch my shoulder. The world, the Holy Grail, will be Leo's. There's no devotion from this course. What? Unable to look, unable to breathe, I wait for his malevolent presence to slowly fade as he walks away. What a jerk! He probably doesn't even realize how uncool he is. Castor's annoyance brings me back to reality. I bet he doesn't have any idea that he's a big, walking cliché. Don't worry about him, Master. You're way stronger and cooler than he is. That may be true. It is now the evening. As soon as I arrive at the nurse's office, I tell Rin about my next opponent. When I tell her my next opponent is Julius, her expression becomes grim.
So?
I see, so you were paired with him after all. He's the Harway's family's hatchet man, an assassin who only strikes from the shadows. He's a more formidable opponent than even Leo, and has killed many of the fellow insurgents. As a master, he's the polar opposite of you. Show any empathy, and you're as good as dead. Recalling that foreboding sense of death sends a chill racing down my spine. I was gonna say up. I guess both are acceptable. To be blunt, I'm not even nearly experienced as he is. Also, life means nothing to him. Things that might get found, most people don't work on him. Okay, things that might confound most people don't work on him, but I'll do what I can to help you. After all, I'm pretty much healed and I have nothing better to do. Anyway, try not to get killed. It's not totally hopeless, but I'm sure we'll be able to figure a way to give you an edge somehow. Electric chiming sound comes from my terminal. The primary cipher key has been generated on the first floor. I find myself recalling Julius's hollow, vacant stare. My opponent is a real assassin. One mistake, and I might as well cut my own throat to save him the trouble of doing it for me. But I can't worry about that now. I have to go to the arena and find my first trigger. What? Are you here to leech supplies? Here, take this. Try not to waste it. Oh dear, when I tried to tidy it up, Tosaka yelled at me. I'm worried that she'll chase away all the other masters who tried to use the nurse's office. And meanwhile, she's still set up in here. If you're here for another handout, go away. There's nothing left to give away. Okay. I should count all the masters in this area. Nope, Taiga's not here. Let's go down to the commissary. Okay, I have enough of those. Ooh. Should buy some of these. I'm pretty sure I'll get more later, though. Let's see what Caster has to say on the first day. Week 5 is actually a big week for Caster, believe it or not. Come to think about it, the first time I ran through this scenario, I had no trouble at all. Or a little trouble, sorry.
と言いつつも用心は怠りませんけどね。
I agree still.
あのネクラ男から滲み出る死の汚れとか半端ないし。
Uh-huh.
あの手のバッチーノはご主人様にとって天敵みたいなものですから。
That's what Rin said. Yeah, I agree too. Alright, so there's nothing else to do. Time to go to the arena. Not like I can talk to anybody else. Hey, she's still here. Oh, Master, about that guy. Looking into his eyes was like peering into those of a corpse. Whatever, if anything happens, I'll just have to act accordingly. Now let's get going. Good option. I have to scroll through a bunch of data again. Not afraid of making mistakes. Moving on! 5th Chromatic Luna Seaf, 1st floor. Human existence is filled with the unimaginable despair, but still, the whole of humanity fails to see this. Something obsidian. I didn't get to read all of it again. Yeah! I think I feel an enemy nearby, but maybe it was my imagination. How strange. Let's keep going, Master. Blah. But be careful. Speaking of being careful. Come on. Thank you.
いの時間ですね。
I don't think we get very far in this until... Nope. Huh? That familiar black coat strides into my field of vision. There's no mistaking that form, that gaze. It's none other than Julius, but even though we're in the arena, there's no sign of his servant. What could this... It's a trap! Bingo! I know I felt that slime ball here. What? His servant isn't here. He's got a lot of guts to walk around here defenseless. It's called confidence, sweetheart! Huh? Oh no, Castor! What just happened? In the space of a second, the air grew thick, and then I heard a thud, as if something big hit the floor. But there was nothing there. There's no mistaking that Castor is collapsed on the floor. No, why? It's over. Let's go. Huh? Not satisfied? Do you want to slice off their heads too? No, there's no need. I hit their heart, which is enough, but... Yeah, that's enough. They're good as dead. I see. Let's go then. Maybe it was my imagination, but Julius barely glanced at me before walking off. Julius turned away from me, melting back into the dimly lit passage, like some kind of apparition. That voice must have belonged to Julius' servant. He said something about... something pretty ominous. They're good as dead. Castor isn't moving. No! I can't think of anything but that terrible sight. My strong, capable servant is lying helpless on the floor. We just came out of the wrong side of a surprise attack. I can't believe what I'm seeing. This can't be real. It's a dream, right? No, I can't wake up from this dream. It's real.
そんな。
What just happened? He's got some kind of skill that masks his presence, even the scent, completely. An assassin servant? But the way he erased his present isn't normal. Matrix up! Wait, I shouldn't be happy about that. Castor haltingly gets up. It's clear that she's worse for the wear. I'm sorry, my dear master. I've been defeated. No! Castor! Seeing that I'm safe, Castor sighs in relief and collapses again. I have to fix my servant as soon as possible. Night.
申し訳ありません、マスター。私の霊覚も戻ってきたし、マスターももう一人前だって思って油断していました。
It's alright.
マスターが気づかなくても、私が気を張っていれば守ってあげられるって埋もれていたんです。ごめんなさい。すぐに戦えるようになりますから、どうかそれまでは無理しないで。
Okay. I can only imagine how much it hurts Castor to even speak. She must be really worried about me. She must have foreseen Julius' assassination attempt on me. That must have why she tried so hard to protect me by herself, so that I would have nothing to worry about. However, the enemy's servant somehow overcame her vigilance, focused on protecting her master. Castor never thought that she'd become a target.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。私のせいで使いたい人をなくしてしまう。
This is kind of saddening. Castor has no reason to apologize for any of this. I should be paying attention. I should have been paying attention. The response to Julia's successful ambush is mine alone. I have to do something to help Castor recover as soon as possible. I owe her that much for protecting me. Today's results. Yeah, I got nothing. I'll start day 2. That way we just go into the arena next episode. Five days remain. It is now the morning. I haven't processed yesterday's events yet. Castor fell asleep yesterday in our private room, but it's morning, and my servant isn't awake yet. That's a problem. Looking at my servant, the words of Julius' invisible servant taught me. Death is inescapable. Death. Is Castor going to die? The strong, wise servant who always defended the stupid me might really die? As much as my heart wants to deny it, my brain can't. Castor sucks in labored breaths, but doesn't awaken. I have to do something. Knowing that to do something doesn't mean I know what to do. When I rush out of the room to collect my thoughts, I run into a concerned-looking Rin. Morning, Luna. Oh, it's you, Rin. Good morning. I absently reply.
どうしたの?
What kind of greeting is that? Anyway, you don't look too good. Did something happen? Rin's roaring tone jumpstarts my addled mind into processing things again. The first thing I notice is that my face is too stiff with worry. Belatedly, I turn to greet Rin with a smile. I'm glad to see you up and about. Yeah, I'm fine. I've gotten enough rest for now. Now it's you I'm worried about, Luna. What happened? I mean, I lost my servant already. I told you I'd help you, Luna. Rin did in fact say that. But did she really mean it? Don't make me repeat myself. Yeah, I meant it. I'm fighting through you now. If it's a choice between you or Leo getting the Holy Grail, I'm siding with you. Got any complaints? Nope. Not at all. I don't have any objections to that. In fact, I'm deeply grateful that I can draw on a master as strong as Rin to aid me. Okay, so you don't want to ask again. I don't want Leo to get the Grail, so I'm helping you win. Got it? Now. That's not a bad partnership, right? Alright then, let me borrow your computer terminal. I handed her the terminal, not knowing what she's probably going to do to it. Rin mutters a couple of things, and my terminal blinks. What did she do? I linked your terminal with mine. Now we should be able to communicate, even when you're in the arena. Cool. The ability to communicate at any time is reassuring. Rin smiles a bit when I thank her. It's no big deal, okay? Anyway, I don't sense your servant. What's up with that? That's right. That's right. Rin might know a way to revive Castor. What? Your servant was attacked by Julius? What the hell were you thinking? But is your servant going to be okay? When I tell her my servant is still asleep in our private room, Rin ruminates for a moment. Your servant is still asleep in your private room? Take me there, right now. May know of a way to revive your injured servant. Definitely not saying no to that. I nod curtly and accompany Rin to my private room. Castor should still be asleep in there. She doesn't look very asleep. This is some new type of virus? No. It's more like an energy that had its own will. Tainted blood. This is a lot worse than I thought. It's like a tornado upended all of the magic circuits in your body. Meaning, the conduits that provide magic from you to your servant no longer function properly. The check is getting lost in the mail, so to speak. But I want my money! The servant's body is sustained by a flow of magic from their master. Without that magic, they fade away. Your servant is sustaining their body on their own magic reserves right now. But that source is finite. Unless you supply from their master resumes, they'll only last a few more days. Okay, I grasp the situation. I'll compose a plan of action, so come see me on the rooftop layer. Rin leaves the room. The look on her face is solemn. Frustrated, my powerlessness wells up every time I see Castor in pain, but is accompanied by the urge for me to get help, fast. With Rin's help this evening, I'll form a plan of action. Julius is gonna die. It is now the evening. It's been an hour since I spoke with Rin about that. Maybe she's found a way to help my servant. I guess I should head up to the rooftop. I'm gonna wait until next time to do that. Nope, nobody's in the classroom anymore. I'm the last master to be in the class. So that just leaves saving and quitting for this episode. Tune in again for more Fate Extra.